Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session on how to digitize asset inspections and process them through Oracle Cloud Maintenance work orders. My name is Nazia, and I'll be your host for today's session. Today, we are addressing a common struggle, the last mile of maintenance, and I am joined by Madhusudan Reddy, Product Manager at Propel for today's session. Welcome, Madhu.
Thank you, Nazim. Welcome everyone to the webinar. I quickly start with the agenda. So we'll discuss quickly on some of the challenges that we have today with the digitizing asset inspections. And we will quickly look at digital forms offerings, key benefits, and followed by live product demo. Okay. So quickly, like why it is important to digitize asset inspections. So if you see, so many organizations are still managing the inspections manually or paper-based or maybe Excel-based spreadsheets, right? So the reality is that teams are still drowning in inefficiency and it's costing the significantly to these teams. So starting with the preventive breakdowns, right? So it's so much important to have asset inspections which will capture the inspection, which will capture the issues before they occur big breakdowns. If you see, especially the manufacturing sector, the average cost almost 2.260K dollar each breakdown it is costing today. It is only in the manufacturing industry as of now. Considering other industries and other sectors, it is more. And the second most important thing is safety. Safety is it's not a an option. It's a mandatory and that you can follow only by following the set guidelines and set inspections, preventive measurements. And during this manual inspections and spreadsheets, there is no centralized data that you can look back and do some predictions and you can plan some preventive or a predictive analysis. There is no such centralized records today. That's why it is very critical to have a system where you can have all the inspections available so that you can go back and check, do the predictive analysis. And that's where the data driven decisions comes. Once you do analyze the data, so you can change your task list, you can change your preventive maintenance plans, you can change your preventive maintenance steps, and you can change the components that are required to execute the maintenance. So that's why digitizing asset inspections is a need for industries. And what is the challenges, right? What are the challenges basically they face when they try to digitize inspections? I mean, basically you have all the paper-based workflows, right? So, and a lot of legacy systems. It's maybe digital to paper, but it's not integrated where you can have the ERP connected, you can have the other systems that you are having already, that's connection is missing. So the challenges with legacy systems is still a manual based. It could be kind of spreadsheets, forms, and it's a limited integration with your existing ERPs and other connectivity system or sensors and other software systems. And if you have these two things in place, but there is no way, considering a frontline workforce, there is no way offline capability where they can go and execute inspections in remote areas. And all the checklists are, it's not easy for them to customize. It's so much static. If you want to change or customize or upgrade to another versions, it's so difficult. So that's where the teams having issues with the legacy solutions. So we have Propel Apps has a digital forms solution, which is a very kind of a lightweight, easy to use, easy to deploy, and you can start using with and without any ERP system. Especially this digital form solutions is already out of the box integrated with Oracle Cloud because we design the forms and we integrate it with Oracle maintenance work orders. So it's easy to design the forms. We have AI capability where you can write simple commands and generate the inspection forms, and later you can customize it. And we have a no-code form builder where you can drag and drop questions and design the forms with respect to requirements. And as I said, it's out of the box connected with ERPs such as Oracle Cloud, SAP, and other work order management softwares. And the for frontline workforce, the application is available with Android, iOS, Windows platforms where they can have this application in their devices and they can go to remote areas and do inspections. And while they do inspections, they can capture issues, they can capture photos, and immediately they raise these issues with the backend team so that they can plan the immediate, repair or fixing the machine. And for managers and supervisors and rest of the teams, once these inspections are completed, they can see the complaints reports, the issues, the number of issues raised versus resolved, and they can customize these reports as well in the web application. So what benefits your organization might get using a digital form solution? The first very important one, they can reduce downtime because they are detecting the issues even before they occur while doing the inspections. And of course, this will help reducing the breakdowns, which is more preventive maintenance and less breakdown maintenance, which will significantly lower the costs, and it will improve the compliance. It's when it with respect to safety, with respect to preventive maintenance compliance. So all the digital inspections will have a record, and they can look back and take data-driven decisions. And of course, it will improve the productivity because there is AI integrated features are available, and frontline workforce, they can execute this inspections against preventive maintenance work orders in the field in remote work areas. It's not only just asset inspections that Propel Apps provides. There is it's a connected workforce platform. We have capabilities with respect to multiple sectors or multiple domains, right? So it starts with maintenance and operations. We have work order management, digital forms, offline solutions, permit to work solutions, and we have a scheduling capability, and we have a digital forms, digital instructions, operator rounds capability. We have a application set of applications in supply chain management, inventory, warehouse, finance, shipping, logistics, sales, and customer service. So why Propel Labs? So the first thing is this tool that I'm going to show now, digital forms, which is available for free. So anyone can start using this application by going to our website. You have this tool, you can log in and start building your own asset inspections, and you can see how you can build it, how you can execute it. You can feel the forms. And this is offline first architecture. So once when you are using this asset inspections against mobile asset maintenance application, the data which is comes from the Oracle and the forms comes from the digital form solution, and all the data will be available offline mode. So once it is downloaded to device, so they can go to remote areas or no network mode and start using the application. And there are multiple AI-powered features are available across the solutions, especially in digital forms and asset maintenance. We have AI forms where you can generate the forms by giving quick commands. And we have AI chatbot in the maintenance application where it helps technicians to troubleshoot the machine problems. And our solutions, as I said, it's not only just lightweight and easy to deploy, easy to use, it's very cost effective comparing any competitor in the market. So quickly, I'll show how this solution works, right? So before I quickly go into the demo, so this is what I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to show how to create a form digitally using digital forms solution, which is a no-code form builder. And I'm going to show how these forms are being assigned to our coder. So how you are going to get this form in your maintenance application. And then we are going to see this form against a work order, which is the Oracle maintenance work order in the tablet version. And of course, I'll execute the form. And then while executing the form, I'll be showing if you find any anomaly or any observation, how to create that issue and assign back to the backend teams. And of course, we will submit and see how the submitted data can be seen back, both in the device and the form builder application. So I'll quickly switch back to the form builder. I think just a second. I'll share my screen. Yeah. Hope you can see my screen, which is a digital forms tool. I quickly logged into the application. So this is the homepage. This is a little under kind of construction. So the team is working and we are building the new reports and analytics. Basically, this homepage for any form builder or like a scheduler or a planner who is responsible for forms, so they can see the number of forms created, issues created versus resolved, and all these soon you can customize based on the different parameters that you want to look at. So this will basically help um, uh, managers, supervisors, planners to plan inspections and also take some important decisions with respect to preventive maintenance or a breakdown maintenance. So this part is projects where so within the company you might have multiple departments or based on the business process. You can define multiple projects like, for example, I want to create a project for safety inspections. I want to create a project for asset inspections. I want to create a project for utility related inspections like that. You can create n number of projects and you can define the actual forms under the project, and of course these are basically, we call it templates. Once you publish these templates will be available for the execution in the mobile side. So quickly, this is a list of forms that are available under this project. So this is where we can start building the new template, or we can go ahead and see the existing form templates here, which I'll show in a minute. So quickly, I'll go and create a new form template. I'll say pump preventive maintenance checklist. I'll just say one because just to distinguish the previous ones and now. So this is, I'll say, preventive maintenance checklists. So So instance type is basically whether it is a single and multiple. So single means wherever this form comes against our coder, they can only execute and submit once. If it is a multiple, they can do n number of submissions against one single form. So that's the quick setting. And this form type you can define standalone and embedded. Standalone means it's an independent form not assigned against any object like a work order or work request. If it is embedded, it will be shown against the defined objects. In our case, it will be Oracle maintenance work orders. So this is the a page where we will start building the form. So the left side, you can see all the different elements. We can quickly drag and drop these components and start building the form. And and we have a edit screen. This is where we build the form. And we have a preview section where we can see the form, whatever we build it, how it is going to look like. And also we have an option to test the form that you have designed before even it goes to the a maintenance work order. So quickly, I'll add a couple of components here, which means I'm going to define the checklist, design the checklist. Then we will see the existing checklist, how we have designed. So I'll start with quick instructions. Basically, um, we can give instructions to the technicians. So what type of form it will be and what should they carry, or how do they need to execute this particular form, right? So we can start writing instructions here, like we can say carry inspection tools, where safety helmet. So I'll be just writing one or two. And we have an option to also add attachments here. So you can give some um, kind of images which might help to instructions, or you can have images about the inspections they are carrying about, like if it is a pump, like you can give a pump related images which might help technicians to look at the bill of material of the pump, the parts of the pump, basically, right? So now I'll just add one text field. So it's very quick and easy. You can see how easy to drag and drop the questions. Is pump um, running? So simple question I can ask, right? So you can say yes or no, or else you can ask any type of question that you can see, right? So if it is a yes or no question, I'll quickly go to the segment one, which is a right task type for uh, yes or no questions. Is pump running? Okay, so we have a quick templates already available, so which you can quickly use it, or else if you want to define your own answers, you can define here. So due to time constraints, I'll be not showing every maybe element, but I'll try to show within the element what are all the properties that are available. So I've just defined yes and no answer, and also I have an option to color code these questions. So if it is a yes, this is by default, it's a green. I'm okay with this. If it is a no, I can go and change. I'll put orange background with a red text. So this is how I can define apply. And you see an options, there are multiple actions. These actions will be available in the mobile side when technician executing the forms. So they can see these options, whether they can add extra notes against that particular task. They can capture pictures, evidences. They can raise an issue. They can send the form information via email to the designated emails. And we have an option to define the validations. So if you see quickly, this is the inline layout. So if I select this, so the layout changes. The responses layout. If it is inline, it will come like this. So you can make this question mandatory. So this is a mandatory option, and you can have a validation message if they are not filling this information. They can have the message here. So if it is a read only, so this kind of questions they can just read it. They cannot either add or say yes or no. So those is for some of these um, tasks where you don't want any action to be taken, so you can make it read only. And there is a label alignment, the question label. So if it is a left, the question comes in the left and responses comes in the right. If it is a top, the question comes on the top. So I'll just say left. And I'll just say apply changes. In the next question, we will apply conditions. So so once you define the questions, it's easy to drag and drop the question, and you can change the position of the question, right? So I'll say technician name. So this is the text field, so I just added. So we have a placeholder. So enter, you can say enter name. So it's easy for the technician what data they need to enter. So if you have anything you want to maintain in any of the questions default value, you can go ahead and maintain the default value. By default, when they're executing in the mobile, so they can see that value. And if you don't want any of the actions for against any questions, you can simply turn it off. Okay, so validation, I'll say required, style left alignment. Here I'll apply the condition. I want to say show only when, you know, my pump running question is equal to the value s. So this particular condition says if the user is going to say the response for the previous question, yes, then only this field will be shown. Otherwise, it will be hidden. So that's the condition we are setting. Okay. So we'll go to another conditions in the next one. So where I'm going to define the number input. So maybe, pressure reading, right? So I want a technician to enter a reading, right? So, so we can have a decimal places as well. I want to put 2 decimal places, and I don't want send email here. Okay. So I'll skip the rest of the condition. I'll just say left aligned. Here I'm going to add a condition where if the pressure value is greater than maybe 20, right? Then I want to say maybe add nodes. Okay. Then I can add one more condition, right? If it is less than 5, okay, I want to make mandatory that technician must raise an issue. So this is how you can create like a threshold values. If something value is less than X and greater than X or greater than Y, so you can define conditions, and that's where you can either you can ask technician to capture notes or take evidences, which is attachment, or raise an issue so that they can raise an issue to the backend team. So this is how we can quickly define the different task types. We have layouts as well, like a table, section, a grid layouts. So I quickly move it to the existing form where I can show all the type of questions, and and we can also go to preview and test modes. So I'll just cancel this. I'll go to one of the checklist which is available. So you can here see this particular pump preventive maintenance checklist, which has a safety guidelines. So these are all the safety guidelines. Immediately technician, once they open the checklist in their device, they can see the guidelines first. And see there is a nice a breakdown of the components breakdown of the pump. So they can easily identify what is each part of the pump while they executing the forms itself, so that they don't need to kind of navigate to any other manuals or attachments or guides or anything. So the checklist itself is showing all the information that is required, including instructions, guidelines, and images. So these are all the different questions that are defined in this checklist. So you can see these are yes or no questions with respect to operations of a pump, noise, type of noise, and all. And if you see this particular components, this particular component is a grid view where there are multiple questions are kept here. So if I go to test mode, I can quickly show you. So you can add multiple entries against this question. So when you add entries, the same set of questions will be available again. So it's multiple entries you can do against this information. Then followed by this is where the section comes. So this is section, so you can hide and collapse and see the data within the section. And there are multiple questions are assigned to this particular section. So basically you are dividing the questions, type of questions into different sections. So you can have yes or no questions, text, number. Right here you can see this is number, mandatory. So you can, it clearly says, right? So as I mentioned, so these are all the actions that you can see. It's the same that you can see in the device as well. Okay. And what yeah, so you can see the date format, right? So you can ask date and time questions related to here. And this is a temperature. Couple of them are drop downs and numbers, text fields. And this is again another grid view where you can see a table format. You have a question and where you can, so here there is already parameters defined. So user will simply select like a C leakage, yes or no, none. Then they want to add another entry with respect to bearing noise. They might enter some status and they can capture nodes. So if in some cases they don't want to enter maybe all these parameters, so that's where this kind of a grid panel will help the technicians to capture whatever is necessary in that particular inspection. So they can go in multiple times, they can select. The good part is they can enter, you know, whatever the necessary rows are required. And if something is mandatory, of course, they have to select. If nothing is mandatory here, they can add the nodes or leave it empty. And if suppose they have added by mistake, it's very easy to remove that row as well. And we have a signature option as well. So where technicians can do their signatures and capture their names, and followed by supervisor signature and names. Okay. So we can also see how this, once you execute the form, right? I'll just execute a couple of things here. Maybe the mandatory ones. I'll execute some data here. I think here we have a condition as well. Yeah. See, when I select yes only, there is the next question coming up, which is that basically is any abnormal noise observed during operation. So it says specify the type of noise, right? So it's the condition. Based on the condition, it is coming up. So then I can maybe quickly submit. So once it is submitted, we can see the form data. So the number of submissions we made against this particular form, you can see all the data. So all the data will come up, and all the data can be used for analysis and reports so that they can take necessary decisions. And this particular form, right? So the assignment I'm going to show. So here we have the settings option. We have a copy. You can make simply use the existing form and create new. Settings is where you can define uh, for which work order against this form has to be displayed, right? So here the work order type I kept preventive. So any Oracle maintenance work order having a work order type preventive will have this form automatically available in the device. Okay, so quickly, I'll take a couple of minutes. I'll show the device. So I'll switch to the tablet. I'll start sharing my tablet. Okay, hope my screen is visible, the tablet screen. Maybe quickly. host,
Yes.
Nazia. Can you confirm?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Madhu, we
Okay.
can.
Great. So, so this is the mobile asset maintenance application where we have a lot of capabilities available. But quickly in this webinar, we will cover the work orders part. All these work orders that are coming live in real time from the Oracle Cloud maintenance. So we will quickly go to the checklist. So each work order will have a tabs like assets, operation checklist, meters, materials, and attachments. So this is where the checklists come. So this particular work order, if you observe, this is a preventive type of work order. And there are many other checklists also assigned against this preventive type of work order. We will go to the checklist, which is we are looking at. So this is the preventive maintenance checklist for pump. This is exactly the checklist we have seen in the form builder. Now it is available for the technician against a work order. So the same form. So consider now I'm acting like a technician. I'm seeing the form. These are my instructions, and this is the form. This is the image of the pump, and I have these questions. So my job is now to fill these questions, answer it, and submit against this work order. So I can enter readings. I can enter pump number. I'll say just P123. Model is 432W. I'll select what kind of pump it is. I'll say 4. It's a head suction, I think. I'll just do only one entry. If I want, I can do more entries, or else I can go with the one entry. The leakage is abnormal, vibration visible. No, no, yes, good. I'll just skip some of those questions. Then I'll enter. This is a mandatory question, so I'll enter vibration level. Then yes, yes. What is the suction pressure? I'll just enter some random pressure here. Temperature, I'll just say temperature. No, there is no mandatory question. I'll quickly jump into some of, yeah, let's me select this C leakage, none, add entry, enter remarks, none. Then let me go to signature technician name. I'll just put John. I'll signature. Then I'll say supervisor name. Then so basically I can save this form, and maybe supervisor can and do his signature. Then we can submit. So this is how simple it is. So this checklist will be available in both online and offline because the work order itself will be available in offline mode. So this how quickly users can submit the checklist against a work order. So once they complete the checklist, so they can see the data against the same work order available within the work order, or else they can go back and also check in the web application where they can see all the submitted data, and they can use it for reporting. So one thing I haven't shown is there is an option to see the issues which they have already raised against different work orders. So these are all the issues that are raised. So while I submitting the form, I couldn't show it. Maybe I'll quickly go to another form. Maybe I'll show. Uh, we cannot basically show the issue against submitted form. One second, I'll see. Yeah. So this is where I'm just, this is a notes. So this is where I can capture notes, and this is issue. So this is the issue option where while executing the form, if I come across, I mean, if the technician come across any kind of observation, there is machine is having a problems. So if you see, it automatically captures the task that I'm executing. So I can enter, um, you know, um, a problem definition, and it automatically capture the asset which is against the work order, and it also captures the work order number, all automatic, right? I'll say observation. Then you can define the status and you can assign it to the team who is available. You can define the priority, and we have an option to capture the picture, and simply you can raise issues. I'll quickly show this submission data in the web application as well. So I'm switching back to the web application. So here we are in the web application. So this is the checklist and form data. Okay, sorry, which one I submitted the new checklist new. There are multiple checklists available. I think this is the one. So there is an entry against this. Yeah. So it's and once you have this issues created and the form submitted, automatically the data comes up into your reporting, and the supervisors, managers can view this data, and followed by they can take actions. So quickly I'll switch to the presentation. That's the end of um, the demo. Yeah. Nazia, can you confirm? Can you see my presentation?
Yes, Madhu, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so that's the almost we are end of the webinar. So we have seen the challenges, benefits, and the key capabilities of digital forms, Propel Apps digital forms. And one of the thing I want to just highlight, this is out of the box integrated with Oracle Cloud and SAP, and the application is so light and easy to deploy. We can make this solution up and running within 2 weeks for any customers. And as I said, the application is available for free. If someone wants to go ahead and play with the forms and create design forms and execute it, you can go ahead and do it. I think that's all I have for this webinar today. Thank you all, and over to you, Nazia.
Thank you, Madhu. Thank you for such a practical session of the demo you have provided. And thank you, team, who are in behind the scenes running making sure the webinar runs smooth. So if someone is looking for a specific capability of our product to enhance your asset inspection, our team will drop an email. Uh, do write to us about your challenge and the feature you're looking for. We'll get back to you at the earliest. Thank you, everyone. We wish you a great day ahead and an operation excellence.